Hey everybody, it's Isabel here, and I'm gonna be kind of talking about why I didn't like the charter school that I went to for middle school very much. It is closed down, and I'm kind of happy about it. So, let's meet. The first reason why I really did not like it was because you would go to first period, and then you would do your first period like a typical school, but then you would get a 15-minute break in between every single class. Now, at the beginning of the year, it was really nice because you didn't have to come until 8:30. School started at 8:30. You would do first period, then you were allowed to chill. But then as the year kind of went on, it became less and less relaxing. It became more stressful because when me and my friend would go out, they would have these balls that they bring out, and you're able to throw it, and it started getting stressful with that because kids would purposely throw it over the fence. Then you would have to go up to the principal or to one of the teachers or the office lady that would act like our nurse because we didn't have a nurse, and pretty much would walk, and you would have to walk off campus, walk to this building next to it. You'd have to walk in their parking lot, try to find the ball, grab the ball, and then you'd have to walk back. I had to do that a couple times and I was terrified. I remember when me and a friend of mine had to go do it for the first time, we were so scared. And we let people know that, hey, we're gonna go get a ball. We let people know, we let teachers know, and it was terrifying. Um, because we felt like we were ditching school. And then I remember very clearly one time, um, they would have these menus that you would have to fill out. And I actually remember one time I didn't eat lunch because they screwed up an order that I put in. I put in a PB&J and they gave me a burrito. And now it had beans and stuff that I really did not want to eat. And I said I didn't order this. I remember, and I had a picture, and I'm like, well, it says this day I ordered a PB&J. And they said, no, you ordered bean, like you ordered this bean burrito thing, so you have to eat it. I really didn't like it. So that sucked. And so I literally went the entire day from like about, I think like noon to 3:30, no food. No food whatsoever. And I was starving when I got home. Another thing I didn't like was the teachers. They were really good to talk to, but then there were times when they would make you read things that I really wasn't interested in, um, or they weren't very clear about what they wanted with the homework, and I absolutely hated the homework because you got like 6 hours plus homework, and at the time I had a strict bedtime. I literally had a very strict bedtime set by my parents at the time, and I'm not gonna lie, I hate homework. I still hate homework. I'm a lot better about it now than I was back then, but I would go to my room, hang out there for about an hour after I got off school, and then my mom would be like, okay, time to do your homework. Wouldn't do it. So I was pretty bad with it. I was pretty bad with homework. And then whenever you had an issue with somebody, I hated it because there was always side picking. there was one girl that had her daughters that went there, that the minute her daughters, they act like they were at the school. One of them would never wear a bra. One of them acted like, well, two of them acted like they were Miss I Rule the World, and everyone needs to bow down to me. I remember one time, one of them accused me of throwing her phone, and I said I would never throw your phone, and I actually got lunch detention, and I threatened to walk off the campus. I actually wanted to, but I was stopped. Um, and I wrote a very, very angry letter of how much I hated the school, of how much I thought the school was retarded. It was just very angry. Very fucking angry. Very angry. Now, what was very embarrassing was the school has windows, so you can see into the classrooms, you can see into the principal's office. When you're in trouble, you have to go sit in the principal's office. You're not allowed to have your phone. You're not allowed to have anything. You're not allowed to have anything. You're not allowed to have you're not allowed to have jack shit. You weren't allowed to have anything. You had to get your tray, and the principal would walk you in there, and you had to walk to the front of the line, get your tray, go into his office, and sit there the entire time. And then, one thing I kind of felt was stupid was every other time I saw a kid get lunch detention, all they had to do was clean tables. For me, I had to help clean up the trays, clean the tables, and sweep the floor. It was not fun. And I went off on a blog I had that I stopped posting on it, but I got really upset, so I decided to write a blog post. So I took out a piece of paper, started writing, what I wanted to say on my blog. The principal's like, you shouldn't say that on your blog. And I'm like, first off, it's my blog. I can do whatever the fuck I want on it. And two, you don't have the right to tell me what to do. So that ruined my day. And then I was so scared of what my parents were gonna think, because they always saw me as the good child who never got lunch detention and would never do anything. Well, there was one time before I switched that I did get lunch detention, and that was at McGee. And I'm not afraid to say that because that school is literally hell on earth. At least for me it was. Anyway, if you guys want to hear about that, the horror stories of me being at McGee, comment it, be like, McGee stories. Because I have so many stories that will make you guys wonder how they are still in business. Or how they're still a school. Because they're still open. So anyway, back to the charter middle school. Anyway, but then I remember when me and my friend had an argument, and you know it you know we got upset at each other, and it got me really upset because she was like, can you like refrain from talking to her? And I hadn't even talked to my friend. We're cool now, my friend, because I was still upset with her. I had blocked her phone number because I'm like, you know what, I'm not going to deal with it. And in case I do want to text her, I deleted her number. So in case I did want to text her, I didn't. And she was like, can you refrain from doing that? And I was like, I haven't even talked to her. I haven't even seen her once today. And they're like, well, and she was like, well, I saw this, that. And I'm like, really? So anyway, and I really didn't like the school dances either. Because you had to pay for everything. Like, admission was, I think, like $5 or $10. And then, like, food. you had to pay an extra $5. To play any of the games, you had to pay an extra like $5 or $10, and it was just irritating. And then we would go to this park, and I remember one of the final days of school, we went to go to this park near the school. So it was like literally maybe a 5, 10, maybe 20-minute walk, and we were there. Like maybe not even a 20-minute walk, maybe like a 10-minute walk, maybe like 5, 10, 15-minute walk. And we were playing this game. There were 4 teams. There was black, red, I think blue, and white, I think. I know black and blue, I know black and red were one of them because I was on red. And I got stuck with a bunch of people I absolutely hated. And true story, I yelled, I quit because I got so irritated because people are like, why can't you just get the stupid ball? Because it was a game where we had these baskets full of balls, and then you had to run, grab a ball, and get it back in your basket, all before without getting caught. If you got caught, you would have to go. You would be. I don't remember if you were frozen in place or you had to move or something, because this happened several years ago. But I don't remember what happened. But I think you had to take the ball back if you got caught. But I remember I was put on having to protect our basket. Now, I was probably the slowest kid there. So I didn't really like being there, which really irritated me. And then I remember yelling, I quit, and was crying. I even punched a tree because of how upset I was. And then I just was straight out bawling. I said I don't want to play on the team with a bunch of fucking bullies because my whole team, besides 2 people, were fucking bullying me. And then if the school was still open, I would probably would have stayed at that school, which I really didn't want to because it was a 4th grade through 12th grade. And it was supposed to be like a college prep school. Um it didn't feel like a college prep. Like looking back at it now, comparing college prep to Pima, I don't see how they prepped me at all. Like looking back, I don't see how I was prepped for college at all. I don't see how I was prepped for college. If you guys are wondering, I do take Pima classes at Pima. Um, I do take classes at Pima. And I've had a great experience. I mean, yeah, I've had a couple issues, but that, and I'm just talking about from a technical thing, from like a technical standpoint. I'm not saying the staff members have been really, really good. I really, really like them. And pretty much, I still don't see how my old charter school would prep us for college. When I first heard about them closing, um, I'd fake. I fake cried. I was like, oh, that's so sad. But then when I would get home, I'd be like, they're closing, they're closing, they're closing. Because I really did not like the school. And then I remember my 8th grade graduation. That was a hot disaster. um, I almost fell flat on my face because they had one section of the cafeteria. I'm literally going cafeteria because it really was just like the main room. And then you had, I'm trying to remember. So you walked in, and if you looked, I want to say towards me, because I'm looking at it as if you're walking in, you'd have the art room, and then 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 you'd have the art room, the history room, and then you go down a little bit further, and then you have the PE room, and then right next to the PE room, like on this wall, you'd have math and science. Science would be first, then math, and then you'd have the English room on the other side, right across from math. Um, oh God, I'm trying to think. But I really hated the school. And then I actually had an incident with the office lady's children, and obviously she took their side, so I got in trouble. And I made a blog post about it, and she told me to take the blog down. I said I didn't say anything about your girls that was negative. I just said they need a good butt spanking, like another friend that I know who recently decided to me down the gutter. Anyway, getting off that topic. But yeah. So guys, I'm gonna get going. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And if you guys want to hear any more stories like that or recaps of my year, please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.